Imitation may be the sincerest form of flattery, but not to the 5 American heavy metal musicians who've spent the last 20 years trapped in Japan. After signing an exclusive 20-year deal with a crooked Japanese music mogul, Fozzy were left broke and forced to work menial jobs while their groundbreaking new music, image, and innovations were being stolen and re-recorded by the likes of Iron Maiden, Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, The Scorpions, and countless others. Now, the incredible story will be told by the band themselves. Flamboyant, egotistical frontman Moon Goose McQueen, guitar hero and legend Duke LaRue, level-headed bassist Sean Sports Pop, silent guitar virtuoso The Kid, and the influential cheese-loving drummer KK LaFlame. This is their legacy. This is their story. This is Fozzy.
101.1 WJRR.
I'm going to have the legendary metal band Fozzy as my guests. So you're sitting there going, Pat, have you lost your mind? Fozzy? Legendary metal band? Huh? What?
I always wanted to be like the next Fozzy because to me, Fozzy was the coolest band.
Dickinson, Halford, D. Snyder, they got nothing on my man McQueen. Fozzy is where it's at. They've been stuck in Japan for 20 years. They're back in America, and they're gonna roll! Yeah!
Fozzy roll!
This is going to be big, and this is going to be, I mean, they're going to show America how to rock again.
I'd like to welcome Mongoose McQueen, lead vocalist.
It's actually Moon Goose, Pat. Get it right. It's an international superstar named Moon Goose McQueen. I know you're a little bit unfamiliar with it, but maybe you should have read your notes and learned a little bit more about the band before you mispronounce my name.
I'm sorry.
Not Mongoose, Moon Goose. Thank you.
It will never, ever happen again, I promise. Duke LaRue is here. Duke, welcome.
Thank you, Pete.
Sports Pop has joined us, KK LaFlame, and the Kid. How you doing, Kid?
Nothing. He doesn't really speak. He has no social skills whatsoever. All he does is basically play guitar and rock out.
What happened with your last guitarist, by the way? If it's a bad subject and you don't want to go there, I understand.
Original guitar player, Chuck Berry, no relation. Came with us to Japan in 1980. Chuck wanted to be a sumo wrestler to try and pay some bills, and we needed the money. It's a big paying job. But Chuck had a heavyweight mind and a lightweight body. He was 145 pounds, wrestling with 800, 900, 1,000-pound behemoths. Let's just say there was a slip, there was a stumble, there was a fall. He was basically caught underneath one of the sumo wrestlers and lost the use of his hands. When he couldn't play anymore, it was just a terrible thing, so we were forced to fire his ass. Is there any grapes around here? Anything? Fruit? Does anyone have any fruit?
Well, you know, there's actually been many influential frontmen over the years, such as Jim Dandy was one of the premier frontmen of the early 70s. Then there was David Lee Roth, but everybody kind of thought they were all borrowing mostly from Moon Goose McQueen because he set the standard vocally, visually, and performance-wise to become the ultimate frontman in the history of hard rock.
We had a Japanese foreign exchange student staying at the house, and they pulled out this tape from this band called Fozzy, which we thought was even funnier. We're like, Fozzy, that's a Muppet. What's all this? And it rocked.
I know that Kiss sold out, 7 straight nights, which was a record. And then we had heard that Fozzy was trying to do one more night, and they sold that out, and we were supposed to wrestle in the Budokan that 8th night. And we weren't allowed to wrestle because of the sellout.
This band has been exiled from the island nation of Japan for 20 years, but tonight, here in Orlando, they are making their triumphant return to United States soil.
And you guys, for like 20 years, have been pretty much locked up over there contractually.
Actually, we're actually from Orlando, though. I don't know if you realize that. We all went to Art Shamsky High School. Go Beavers. Go Beavers.
Beavers rule.
So anyways, we started our careers, and back in 1980, no one was really playing metal or signing any kind of metal act whatsoever. So Masami Sammy Tomami, who was a huge record mogul from Big Happy Mountain Records in Japan.
He signed you to a big contract,
He signed us to a big contract, right. Duke never read the contract before he signed it.
I wouldn't even talk to a man like Sammy Tanami. He's the lowest of the low. I wouldn't even talk to a guy like him. I think I don't even know if a guy like that is living today, and I don't care.
何なんで俺が悪いんだよ
Why am I the bad man?
冗談じゃねえよ
I am not the bad
あな
man
たは
here.
日本の客には全然わからなくて
I gave them a great deal for a band with minimal exposure, minimal experience, and minimal talent. They got a 20-year holiday in Japan. People would kill for that.
アイロンメイデンや
Iron Maiden,
ジューダス・プライス
Judas
の
Priest,
バンドを作って大成功したんだ信じられねえよまったく
they are the bad men here,
この権利は俺のもんだから誰に言っても構わねえだろ
not me.
In all honesty, Moon Goose was accountable for the way the contract went down. I always looked to him as kind of the business leader of the band. He was always the lead vocalist, and I always trusted him and thought that he would make the good decisions. And of course, I signed the contract, but it was only based on his recommendations.
The contract that tied them up, and they could never get loose, and all the stupid jobs all these guys had to do.
Unbelievable the jobs these guys had to do.
So we were all forced to get kind of jobs, anything we could.
You ever heard of Yamamoto's? Department store over there.
Yeah, I really lucked out because I love cheese. I love cheese. So I actually found work in a cheese shop.
I was a cook at an all-sushi restaurant. It was a really famous restaurant that and I was actually well known.
And the first job I got was at Japanese McDonald's, which they call Maku Donaldo. And I had the job of being basically a Ronald McDonald who is Donaldo Maku Donaldo in Japan.
You have a favorite cheese? Oh, God, there's so many. There's white Stilton, Danish Blue, Double Gloucester.
I basically stuck to the garnishing. I mean, it wasn't the main dishes. I just made the arrangements around the sushi.
You made...
I cooked the parsley and the kumquats and the things that we decorated the plates with.
Brie, Roquefort, Paul Lévesque, Port Salut, Savoyard, Cadet de l'Est, Brisbleu.
What I would do is, they have the escalators. I would clean those. Well, everyone was trying to get my job because it was the most kick-ass job there was at the store. What I would do is I would stop the escalator and do it all manually. All those other guys would cheat and just let it run up. They just hold the rag.
It was a tremendous job, man. The look on those little Japanese kids' faces when I would show up and say, Kichigai, Kichigai.
I actually got paid on commission, so I didn't make a lot of money.
But I think my favorite is probably Venezuelan beaver cheese.
Go Beavers!
If you would just please, just around the glasses. I don't take the glasses off. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. If you would, just don't touch the glasses either. Thank you.
Basically got fired because of the Komazawa incident, which is... I was basically a victim of circumstance. I was a scapegoat in the whole scenario there. It was the Donaldo, Mako Donaldo mafia connection, and I was the one they held up, and I took the fall for it.
People get upset because the escalator stopped.
Oh, they'd have to take the elevator then, wouldn't they?
Iron Maiden. Now, let me get this straight. That's all your music?
Yes.
Judas Priest.
Majority.
Motley Crue.
Very much of it.
They basically, those bands have stolen the songs that you guys have created.
This song and Fozzy's song are as different as the two Twin Towers. Clearly, any rational person can see there's an A tower and a B tower, each with its own personality. Fozzy's song goes, stay hungry, feel the fire. My song, Twisted Sister's song, stay hungry, feel the fire. Clear?
When I was a kid, in the 60s, it was Ringo. 70s, it's like John Bonham. The 80s and 90s, it's KK all the way, man. He was like the man. Just blew my mind. He had these technical abilities I've never heard in a drummer, but yet he played incredibly melodic at the same time. He had all of those qualities, and yet he was a great showman. I mean, all my stick twirling techniques got him from KK.
My guitar needs to jump to 240 in the mid, boost it right around 3.
Come over here, Flame Boy. I know you pyro guys are a little bit slow, so I'm going to say this nice and easy so you understand. Okay? Yeah. When I take the microphone stand and lift it up over my head like this, you shut the power off, okay? blow it up. You understand? Yeah. Not a second earlier, not a second later. Not when I go like this, not when I do this, not when you feel, when I raise the microphone, stand up. Okay? You think you can understand that? Don't make a mistake.
Can you tell me about what happened in '88 at the Osaka show?
Well, first of all, you know, you have to understand the whole Osaka incident.
You're kind of avoiding my question. From what I understand, 500 people had their corneas burnt to a crisp when one of your lasers went out of whack.
It was not 500 people. It was 467. Okay? And corneas burned is a very big statement. We don't know that for sure.
Are you guys going to do anything? Did you do anything to make it up to them?
We basically arranged for each one of the people with the damaged corneas, not blown out or burned, damaged, to receive seeing eye dogs.
Seeing eye dogs?
But listen, Pat, these aren't just normal seeing eye dogs. These are very well groomed, very well pedigreed seeing eye dogs. When I saw the one seeing eye dog, I wished I was blinded. This whole, I thought we weren't going to talk about the whole Osaka incident.
I thought this was going to be an open interview here, you guys.
Where's Willis?
How does it feel to be back in the States?
How do you think it feels? Now, did you bring the limousine or not?
I took care of it.
When they came into town, the whole town shut down. It was like, Fozzy's here, let's not go to work or school today. It's like the whole town welcomed Fozzy with open arms and, from what I hear, open legs.
You guys got, I gotta tell you, man, quite an entourage of ladies back there.
Oh, yes, the famous Fozzy Floozies. The infamous Fozzy Floozies. Feel the burn. The kind of the women in bondage and women in chains. We don't think it should be that way. I mean, sometimes it should be, but other times they should be servicing us. Like, you see these chicks in the back, Pat?
There's like 12 beautiful women there.
That's right. That's what you get when you're an international rock star.
What's going on, KK? You talking about me?
No.
No.
Can I talk to you outside for a minute, please?
Can it wait?
No.
No?
Now, please. William?
It's Willis.
Whatever. Originally, you had told us that these guys were big stars, and quite frankly, they're a bunch of chumps. I mean, I've never even heard of Fozzy.
Chumps? No.
So, anyway, we are going to need the money up front. You know, I mean, this is supposed to be a big movie, right?
Yeah. Fellas, can you give us some space, please?
Much better, much better. Where's the driver?
Hey, guys, we're over here.
Hey, what are you doing over there or over here? Car. I mean, this is the car. This is the limousine right there. This is our car. I mean, that's not ours. Willis, I told you I wanted an extravagant, luxurious limousine.
I told you I wanted an extravagant, luxurious limousine.
There is no way in hell I'm getting in this car. You understand?
There's no way in heck we're getting in this car. You understand?
Yeah.
Call the station. Yeah, you will call
I am
the
a
station.
huge rock star.
Huge rock star.
This is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Hey,
take care of it, Willis.
Dr. Bill, take care of it.
Hey, they want a limo.
This limo.
You have to pay for it yourself.
Am I seeing things right? Your mascot is actually a guy dressed in a pig outfit.
Arthur does not have a pig mask. He does not wear a pig mask. He's a good friend of ours who was stricken at an early age with a horrible calamity called swinus. But this is a human being. He's a good friend of ours. Swinus. Don't.
Well, after I graduated from Emerson, I was really wanting to get into the music field, build a resume, build a career. But you can imagine how difficult it would be with someone with my condition. So fortunately, I hooked up with Duke and the rest of Fozzy, and they saw past my swinus, and they saw the real Arthur.
What do you think of the modern feel that's going on right now?
Whoever chose the name Rage Against the Machine, you can't chant that. No, Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the... I mean, come on.
Doesn't exactly roll off your tongue. Yeah.
Fozzy! 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 Fozzy!
Fozzy! Fozzy! Fozzy!
You know, we listen to these bands like Godsmack and Rage Against the Machine. These bands are crap. Yeah. They couldn't play a guitar solo. They couldn't even audition for a band where we came from.
I'd auditioned for the band twice, but obviously my metal wasn't up to snuff. It sent me to pretty much a deep depression, and which I didn't really come out of for about 8 to 9 months. Repeated visits to rehabs and stuff like that. Kick heroin twice, and crack cocaine as well, and then basically this interview's driven me to drink again, knowing how I'm not in the band I want to be in. Whatever.
So what if it doesn't work out for you?
Well, you don't make plans for things that won't happen, do we?
Well, I've got quite a bit of confidence in myself. However, you are only as good as the company you keep, really, so we could get real lucky.
What do you mean if it doesn't work out for us? Well, I mean, it's already worked out.
I mean, I think it's the future and the history of the Fozzy legacy has already been etched in stone. I think that we're just here right now to see it through.
I think I was born for this. I was born for Fozzy. This is where my heart is. It's where I want to be.
What are you going to do if this doesn't work out?
We're superstars in Japan. If playing in front of hundreds and sometimes thousands of screaming fans and selling dozens of demos worldwide isn't making it, then what is your idea of making it, sir?
I just don't want to talk about it. Let's move on. Next question.
What are you going to do if you don't make it? Then what are you going to do? Huh? I don't know if I like... Where's Willis? Is this the guy? Is this the right guy for the job? Is this the guy from the Volkswagen commercial?
Back clear.
Back's clear. Here we go. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
I'm trying to make it up to you guys for not having Stripper Thursday by having the legendary metal band Fozzy in here. Not only were they here, but they brought an entire film crew with them. A press contingency like I've never seen. I think they're doing some autograph signing.
Willis, this is much better. This makes up for that fiasco at the airport that you orchestrated last time.
Absolutely. It's the best.
It's a big bus. It should be the best. It should be the best.
Did you say Metallica had this pulse?
Yep. Metallica had. Oh, that's perfect.
There's drinks in the fridge.
Check it out. Oh my God.
Willis, what the hell is this?
I don't know.
I wanted a tour bus. This is not a tour bus. This is a coach.
I know.
Coaches are for old people and for tourists. Do I look like an old person?
No.
Do I look like a tourist?
No, you don't.
If you don't get me an extravagant, luxurious, beautiful tour bus by tonight,
I will.
your ass is fired. Do you understand me?
I understand.
You better understand. You better take care of it.
Take care of it right now.
Jackass.
Don't worry
It's
about it.
ridiculous. What is this? This is not a tour bus. This is a charter bus. This is for old people. This is for tourists.
Just
do
a
we,
driver,
do we,
man.
Do we
I
look,
take
do
what
we
they
look
give me.
like old people? Do we look like tourists? We are rock stars. We need a rock star. We need a lavish, luxurious tour bus. If I don't get a lavish, luxurious tour bus by 9 o'clock tonight, your ass is fired.
With that, it comes down to this, your first ever American show, Friday night, right here in Orlando, Florida, your hometown. How's the chant go? Fozzy! 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 Fozzy!
I've been waiting like 10 years for this. This is gonna rock. Fozzy is rock and roll.
Came all the way from Japan for Fozzy.
We came all the way from New York for Fozzy. United for Fozzy!
Superior!
All right, guys, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. It's been 20 long years, and it's time for us to retake what's ours and prove we're the true kings of heavy metal, okay? In honor of this occasion, I wrote a little poem to think about. We came from Japan, and now we're back. We're gonna have a jam, and now we're back. Okay? Right, great. Let's go. Let's rock. Let's rock.
For the first time on U.S. soil in 20 years, let's hear it for Fozzy! Let's go! I've been down, I've been beat, I've been tossed into the street, making nickels, begging dimes, just to get my bottle of wine. Some say life, she's a lady, kinda soft, kinda shady. I can tell you life is rich. She's no lady, she's a bitch. They suck my body out. But then there is no doubt, gonna pay the devil his dues, 'cause I'm so sick of being abused. Eat the red, eat the red, don't you know, life is a bitch. Eat the red, eat the red, down the palace and into the ditch. Steal my money, steal my car, took my woman and her old guitar. Running crazy, running wild, blind alley in my eye. Just can't fight the temptation. It's become my inspiration. Gonna get myself an axe, break some heads and break some backs. They suck my body out, but then there is no doubt, gonna pay the devil his dues, 'cause I'm so sick of being abused. Eat the red, eat the red, don't you know, life is a bitch. Eat the red, we feel. Can you believe in love? Lost in this world. Can you believe in love? And it's not too late. End of days. And there's a full moon rising. End of days. And there's a full moon rising again. Who are you?